The recent controversy involving a reporter's description of Aya Wilson as white bread has ignited significant backlash among Caitlin Clark supporters. This incident has intensified discussions about racial dynamics and media representation in women's basketball, highlighting the delicate intersection of sports and social commentary. In a recent broadcast, an NBC reporter co-signed racial comments directed towards Caitlin Clark, referring to her as white bread. This term, often used pejoratively to suggest something or someone is bland or ordinary, carried racial connotations in this context. The comment, juxtaposed with praise for Aya Wilson, led many viewers to perceive a racial bias in the framing of the commentary. Critics argue that such statements detract from the actual athletic merits of both players, instead centering the discussion on unnecessary and divisive rhetoric. The power of language in sports media. The term white bread, while colloquial, has historically been used to describe plainness or lack of distinction. However, when applied to Caitlin Clark, a white athlete, the term takes on a racial undertone, particularly in a conversation juxtaposed against Aya Wilson, a black athlete. Clark's fans argue that the comment undermines her skill set, implying that her excellence in basketball is unremarkable or ordinary due to her racial background. On the other hand, praising Aya Wilson in the same breath suggests a contrast intended to elevate Wilson by diminishing Clark. While both athletes are widely celebrated for their achievements, the commentary shifts focus from their talent to an unnecessary racial comparison. Fans and critics alike have questioned whether such language is appropriate in sports journalism, where commentary should ideally celebrate the diversity and accomplishments of athletes without pitting them against each other based on racial narratives. The social media backlash. Following the broadcast, Clark's supporters took to social media platforms to express their anger and disappointment. Many accused the reporter of engaging in rage baiting, a tactic aimed at provoking strong emotional reactions to boost viewership and engagement. Hashtags like #RespectAthletes and #StopRageBaiting began trending, with fans calling for more accountability from sports commentators and networks. Critics of the reporter argue that such comments perpetuate stereotypes and distract from the athleticism and dedication both players bring to the sport. Clark's fans pointed out that her stellar performance in college basketball, including leading Iowa to the NCAA championship game, should speak for itself without being reduced to racially charged descriptors. Supporters of Aya Wilson, however, have also voiced their concerns, emphasizing that Wilson's praise should not come at the expense of another athlete. They argue that framing athletes against each other based on race diminishes the significance of their achievements and fosters unnecessary divisions within the sports community. A broader discussion on media representation. This incident is not an isolated one, but part of a larger pattern in sports media. Historically, narratives in sports commentary have often reinforced racial stereotypes, whether intentionally or inadvertently. White athletes are sometimes described as hardworking or disciplined, while black athletes are labeled as naturally gifted or dominant. These narratives, while seemingly complementary, reduce athletes to oversimplified tropes that fail to capture the depth of their skills and individuality. In this case, the description of Caitlin Clark as white breads plays into a broader conversation about how white athletes are perceived in predominantly black sports. While the intention behind the comment might not have been overtly malicious, its impact underscores the need for more thoughtful and nuanced language in sports journalism. Moving toward inclusivity in sports journalism. As the backlash continues to grow, calls for change in sports media are becoming louder. Fans and analysts alike are urging networks and commentators to focus on the athlete's skills, accomplishments, and personal stories rather than relying on divisive or inflammatory language. This includes avoiding racialized comparisons that can overshadow the achievements of players. Several prominent figures in the sports world have weighed in on the controversy. Some have defended the reporter, arguing that the comment was taken out of context, while others have condemned it as an example of poor judgment. Regardless of intent, the incident has reignited a crucial conversation about the role of media in shaping public perception and the responsibility commentators have in promoting unity rather than division. The legacy of Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson. Both Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson are trailblazers in their own right, setting records and inspiring the next generation of athletes. Clark, known for her incredible shooting range and playmaking ability, has become a household name in college basketball. Wilson, an MVP in the WNBA and a dominant force on the court, continues to break barriers and redefine excellence in professional basketball. Their respective journeys are a testament to the power of hard work, determination, and talent. Fans of both players have emphasized the importance of celebrating their achievements without resorting to reductive or polarizing narratives. By focusing on their skills and impact on the sport, the media can help foster a more inclusive and respectful environment for athletes and fans alike. Looking ahead, as the discussion around this controversy continues, it serves as a reminder of the influence media has in shaping public discourse. Thoughtful and inclusive language is not just a courtesy, it is a necessity in promoting a fair and equitable representation of athletes. By learning from incidents like this, sports journalists and commentators can contribute to a culture that uplifts and celebrates diversity rather than exploiting it for engagement. This incident, while unfortunate, presents an opportunity for growth and reflection within the sports media industry. As fans, analysts, and athletes push for change, the hope is that future commentary will prioritize respect, accuracy, and unity over division and sensationalism. Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise in women's basketball has not only captivated sports enthusiasts, but has also significantly impacted the sports collectibles market. eBay's 2024 in Collecting report highlights this phenomenon, showcasing a surge in demand for Clark-related memorabilia. From trading cards to autographed items, her influence is reshaping the landscape of sports collectibles and signaling a new era of appreciation for women's sports. Caitlin Clark's on-court dominance, highlighted by her record-breaking performances and charismatic style of play, has transcended the game of basketball and entered the world of collectibles. Known for her exceptional shooting range and clutch performances, Clark has become an icon not only for basketball fans, but also for collectors seeking valuable sports memorabilia. Her trading cards, in particular, have become a prized possession among enthusiasts. In 2024, a Caitlin Clark trading card sold for $234,850, breaking all previous records for WNBA collectibles and rivaling the prices of cards for some of the greatest athletes in sports history. This extraordinary sale is a reflection of her unique appeal as an athlete who bridges the gap between skill, personality, and marketability. Clark's impact is not limited to her fan base. She has expanded the market for women's sports memorabilia, paving the way for other female athletes to gain recognition in this traditionally male-dominated space. The Caitlin Clark effect is a testament to her ability to elevate not only her own brand, but also the broader perception of women's sports. The collectibles market has seen a dramatic shift in 2024, with Caitlin Clark emerging as one of the most sought-after names. According to data from Professional Sports Authenticator, PSA, Clark became the first female basketball player to rank among the top 10 most graded cards, a prestigious list traditionally dominated by male athletes from the NBA, NFL, and MLB. This achievement underscores a growing trend. Collectors are increasingly recognizing the value and importance of women athletes in the collectibles industry. Clark's cards are not just being bought and sold, they are being professionally graded, preserved, and displayed, signaling a shift in how collectors approach women's sports memorabilia. The range of Caitlin Clark-related items available in the market reflects the diversity of collector interests. Key items driving demand include trading cards. The 2024 Panini Caitlin Clark collection is one of the most sought-after releases this year. Among the collection, the Fearless series has gained particular popularity for its unique design and limited edition parallels, which often fetch premium prices. Additionally, gold and silver refractor versions of Clark's rookie cards are highly valued due to their rarity and visual appeal. Autographed memorabilia. Items featuring Clark's autograph are hot commodities. Framed photographs commemorating her significant achievements, such as her NCAA record-breaking performances and her historic selection as the 2024 WNBA Draft's first overall pick, are in high demand.